Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott from the gun. That one complete to Elliott. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott, a quick throw caught by Cooper. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Number 53, Mike 53. So we got man. 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
4th down now after a loss of 2. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. And it gives this time to the tailback. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. From the 44, Wentz.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. To throw, it's Wentz. And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Prescott. Stepping up, he'll try and run. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. Prescott now from the 50. Going to take a shot for Gallup, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try to put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Wentz sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking the field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. shotgun now for Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Go. Check. Watch 54. Watch the out.
To throw is Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Ain't no such thing as a loss.
Wentz now on first down. He's complete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Again, it's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. First down, Prescott. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended receiver was set to Valve. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Prescott now. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Elliott. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
He's winning.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 10th carry now for Elliott.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal.
Hey, we got four.
And again, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Set to valve. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touch. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, D. Watch tight end. We got 4.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first, and they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward. On 3rd down, Elliott. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. On 2nd down and 4, Wentz. Jeffrey complete. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing now goes Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's taken on the 25. 51 yards on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to get NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the visiting Bengals who were able to come away with the road victory. Joe Mixon, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. 35-16, your final score. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Equanimous St. Brown, a touchdown catch in the victory. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half that we've had guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the 2nd half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the 2nd half.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Cooper was the target there.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top. You become a much more confident. The top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Right back to him on first down. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys' side of the field. A big play there for Philly. 49 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away, now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. They go to Elliott again. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a gain of 35. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Now Wentz on the bootleg. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott, he'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 22, Prescott. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not
coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards there on the catch and run. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because...
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sand. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. For him on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Throwing his Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Prescott to throw it. That one complete to Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. Prescott now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Looking to throw, Prescott. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down. End zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Throwing, Prescott, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that action has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rodriguez. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Here's Prescott, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Here's Howard on second down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Elliott Good with a PAT. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the shotgun, it's Prescott, and that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over first and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a few kneel down. They do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Go. 180. 54. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got you.
Trying the right side with Howard. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Get in the weight room.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves. Continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they fall to defeat for the second time this season. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.